I'm live. Hey, howdy, hey, friends and neighbors. It's me, Scott, here fasting day 3. And you know what? I feel normal. It's so nice to feel normal when I've spent so much time feeling like I'm just walking uphill everywhere I'm going. That's what I told my friend Jeremy. That's what fasting is like. Really, it's not this horrible thing. It's just, it's like your regular day is walking on a treadmill, and fasting is like you have it on just a little bit of an incline, and it's just all the time. And the weird thing, like when I went, I don't remember if I didn't talk about going on the jog yesterday. Yesterday I went on a jog, and the weird thing about the fasting, my boys are playing video games. You're fine, boys. Um, is you feel tired right at first, and you would think if I just sit and rest a while, I'll get my energy back. But that's not really my experience. My experience is like no matter what you're doing, what level of exertion, you feel like you just don't quite have enough energy to do that. Like you're having to push extra hard, like you're on a treadmill. It's on a bit of an incline. It's a little harder than it should be. So I will feel like, oh, I don't want to get up out of this chair. Oh, I just need to walk really slow. And it just tends to like pull you down slower and slower. And you don't really get rested. You just still feel that same amount of tired. But you could likewise, you could push just as hard as you want to, and like your muscles still work. I'll think, oh, this is going to be so heavy. And then, oh, well, I can still pick things up. What do you know? I still have all my strength. Um, so like when I was jogging, I actually jogged a little. I didn't jog as far as I normally did, but I jogged a little faster than I normally did because I like to jog real slow. That's my comfortable speed, and you can jog so very far when you're jogging slow. So normally I do that, but I found yesterday I was feeling tired, so when I was jogging slow, I kept feeling like I wanted to slow down, and I would just pretty much go into a fast walk if I slowed down. So I pushed it up a little faster. So when I felt that urge to slow down and it kind of creeped a little slower, I would realize it before I got to where I was just speed walking, and I would push it back up, and it went fine. To last night, I had some kind of nausea, and I've found if I drink some water, usually the nausea goes away, or it has, this time. I just kind of tried to sleep through it last night, kind of woke up and slept on and off. And today in the morning, woke up feeling pretty good, still a little heavy. Uh, I went for a walk at lunch around a little nature trail, and that was pleasant, but I still felt kind of tired. And then I just kind of noticed that this afternoon, after getting back home, I just kind of felt fine. It just sort of, I can't pinpoint any one moment when it happened. I just sort of gradually realized, I just said, huh, I've felt normal for a while now. Not draggy, not tired, maybe like just the littlest bit, but not any significant amount. It's been very nice because the other extended fasts I've done, I never really got over the dragginess. And I hope that I am now fully, fat adapted, or chugging along, burning the fat reserves. That would be great because even though I'm not like a big guy, I still have plenty of, fat reserves for energy. So let's see, are there any interesting tidbits to throw out about fasting today? Well, I'm not ready to end the fast. I'm only on day 3, but I could talk about ending fasts. Um, oh, hey, fun fact. Did you know that the longest recorded fast was the Scottish guy? Did I talk about this before? I'm sorry. I forget who I tell about these. So if I tell you the same story twice, I'm sorry. But there was this Scottish guy, real big guy, that did a medically supervised water fast for over a year without eating food. And at the end, he wasn't all sickly and weak and damaged. He was healthy. He was a healthy guy, kept the weight off a long time. Anyway, ending a fast, right? When you've done an extended fast, you want to end it gradually because everything is shut down. I have had some bad experiences ending fasts. My very first fast was just a 24-hour fast. This was back before I realized that I could not have gluten, that I was gluten intolerant. This is back before I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. All of that. Really, I haven't had Crohn's disease trouble in a long time. Yeah. But I think it was the day before Thanksgiving. And so I fasted for 24 hours right before the Thanksgiving dinner. And then I just threw food down my gullet, and it was all the food that was inflammatory, all the food that hurt me, but I didn't have it diagnosed. I didn't know what was going on. You didn't know to avoid it. So it was after a fast, just 24 hours, but it was after a fast. And then I just crammed myself full of the worst food possible for my system. And I had some medical complications after that. I don't want to go into all the details. It's kind of gross, but I had problems that ended up requiring a surgery. So, I mean, if you're going to fast, I think it's perfectly safe for most people. I'm not a doctor, um, unless you have a specific medical condition. But you do want to end the fast kind of gradually, and that it might have been a coincidence. Except a couple of years after that, I thought, okay, I'm going to try this again. I did another 24-hour fast. The same dadgum thing happened. Ended up having another surgery. It was an awful time. It was not a fun time. But thankfully, I've got my diet changed now, figured stuff out, and I've been doing a lot more, a lot more healthful practices. So I haven't had to worry about that in years and years. Not since I had my perforated colon and had to have part of my large and small intestine taken out. And now my joke is that I have a semicolon. But that's my joke. But that was before my oldest son was born, so that's been like 10 years now. I haven't really had any trouble once I figured out to go off gluten, except I can have einkorn flour. I can't have the modern hybridized wheat gluten, but I can have it like ancient grain gluten. And once I figured out to get rid of corn syrup and me do not go well. Actually, it's just the genetically modified corn that bothers me. Um, Heritage breeds of corn and organic corn don't seem to bother me. It's just the GMO corn. GMOs, they'll get you. Um, but yeah, after my first extended fast, let me tell you another fasting horror story to scare you off of it. After my first extended fast, I mean, I felt just really at the very end, I felt just really miserable, nauseous, achy, great amounts of dis-ease across my whole body, and so it was time to quit. I don't know if I was having a healing crisis or what, but it was time to stop at that point. I was not feeling well, and so I took a little. My habit is to end a fast with some Ningxia Red. It's this Young Living product, very high in antioxidants. It's great. The ORAC score on that thing is off the chart. But I had some of that. Tastes amazing because when you fast, your sense of smell and taste, they go like off the charts, like superhuman, because your body is doing whatever it needs to help you get food. I mean, I tasted it and it was amazing. Everything tastes amazing after a fast. Um, I think in the last video I told the story about ending the fast and how apples tasted like candy. If I didn't put it in the comments, and I'll tell that. I'll tell the story about when I thought the apples were candy. But yeah, I drank a little bit. I felt okay. I had a little more. Felt okay. Hey, babe, don't tear up your whatever that is. That's a charging cable, honey. Give me that. No, Katie, give it to Daddy. I don't want you to swing it and break it. Give it to Daddy. I'm doing a live stream, so I don't want to waste everybody's time. No, you're stepping on it, sugar boogers. We got to take care of these so we don't break them. Then you couldn't play your iPad game. Hug. Okay, so I was feeling fine, and I was accelerating it too fast. And I decided to get some chocolate milk because chocolate milk is wonderful. And after a fast, chocolate milk tastes amazingly wonderful. And I might have ended up drinking like a half gallon of chocolate milk in one day, just right after my fast. Maybe it was a gallon of chocolate milk. I don't remember because it's been a little bit. But I was feeling fine. And then the next day after that, I woke up, needed to use the restroom, so I was using the restroom, and the pee was going out normally. Sorry, this is kind of a gross story. It's kind of a gross story. I thought I was gonna die, so I was just peeing in the morning, and then everything was going fine. Then all of a sudden, the flow stopped, and there was this painful sensation, and I looked down to see what's happening, and this like black stuff is dribbling down. I told you this is a gross story. It was like slime pudding, and I thought, oh my gosh, I have killed myself. I have destroyed my kidneys, and now I am going to die. And it was like painful, and I just tried to calm down. I drank some more water. The next time I had to go, everything went out perfectly normal. I went ahead and called in sick for work that day because I didn't want to have to go to work and then leave half the day because my kidneys exploded. But everything ended up being fine, although that was intense. That was intensely scary for a little bit. So, if you decide to do a fast, end the thing slow. Don't drink a gallon of chocolate milk. Don't start out with a steak. Get something nice and soothing and liquidy. Get us a small amount, maybe some juice, maybe a little bit of cottage cheese. Maybe wait for your second day on that. Yeah, just end it slow so you don't just about kill yourself. Let's wrap it up. I've already been doing this for 10 and a half minutes, and I'm mean to keep these short. So you don't have to, commit to a long time to watch these. Anyway, I'll probably do a video tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll still be feeling good. I feel better than normal now. I feel just really good, which is good because I need to get some writing done for the Grow Network. I've got this. I'm working on wrapping up an article on licorice, a profile on that, and it's got a lot of good information in it. I've just had a hard time focusing because I've been, cloudy minded with my fasting. But I think I'm going to wrap it up maybe tonight because I'm firing on all thrusters tonight. Okay, I'll see you in another video probably tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Keep your eyes out for plants and zombies, etc., etc. Happy foraging, Merry Christmas, all that stuff. Bye.